As World War II raged on, another chapter in the history of wartime drug use unfolded. In the midst of global conflict, various substances found their way into the arsenals of both Allied and Axis forces, serving diverse purposes on the battlefield. From stimulants that kept soldiers awake during prolonged missions to painkillers that eased the agony of the wounded, these drugs played a crucial role in the war effort. In this intriguing episode of Binge History, we delve into the lesser-known side of World War II, where a hidden world of pharmaceuticals shaped the course of the conflict. During World War II, soldiers faced constant tiredness, which could harm their ability to fight. To stay alert during long missions, both the Allied and Axis forces used strong stimulants like Benzedrine and Pervitin. These drugs helped them stay awake and focused in the tough conditions of war. Benzedrine, a potent amphetamine, unleashed a burst of energy and heightened wakefulness upon ingestion. Soldiers consumed it to stave off fatigue, ensuring they could endure extended periods of combat without succumbing to exhaustion. In 1937, the Berlin-based pharmaceutical company introduced Pervitin, a methamphetamine, to the market. The tablets gained rapid popularity and could be bought without prescriptions, even infused into chocolates. But their most significant use was yet to come. Dr. Ronka, director of the Research Institute of Defense Physiology, saw Pervitin's potential to create chemically enhanced super soldiers. He believed the drug could overcome soldiers' natural fatigue and provide Germany with a military advantage. The invasion of Poland in 1939, with Germany's Blitzkrieg strategy emphasizing speed and surprise, served as the first military test for Pervitin. The mechanized advance required soldiers to stay alert for extended periods, and Pervitin played a pivotal role in maintaining their vigor. Warnings about the drug's risks led to restrictions in 1940, but they were largely ignored. Between April and July 1940, German servicemen received over 35 million methamphetamine tablets. Even pilots and tank crews received the drug in chocolate bars. This large-scale use marked the first time a synthetic performance-enhancing drug was deployed on such a scale. The Blitzkrieg's success depended on speed and relentless advancement, and Pervitin-fueled soldiers covered vast distances day and night. Some reported negative side effects like heart pains and attacks, but the drug's contribution to the lightning-fast victories was undeniable. One research in Blitz drugs in Nazi Germany uncovered how Pervitin became a national addiction, even including in Adolf Hitler himself. The German military, including the Wehrmacht and Luftwaffe, widely distributed Pervitin to soldiers who achieved remarkable feats during invasions. However, the widespread use of these stimulants came at a significant cost, with many soldiers unknowingly pushing their physical and mental limits to perilous extremes. Long-term health consequences loomed ominously on the horizon, casting a shadow over their post-war lives. Pervitin was banned in 1941. However, this ban was ineffectual, as civilian and military use persisted. Soldiers faced withdrawal symptoms, and the drug's influence even affected strategic decisions. Just as in World War I, morphine played a crucial role in alleviating the excruciating pain inflicted by wartime injuries. When bullets and shrapnel tore through flesh and bones, morphine became the go-to solution for medics in the field. Its potent analgesic properties offered a respite from the torment of battle. Imagine a young soldier lying wounded in a muddy trench in the midst of combat. His leg is mangled by a mortar blast, and the pain is unbearable. A medic rushes to his side, quickly assessing the severity of the injury. With trembling hands, the medic administers a dose of morphine, and within moments, the soldier's agonizing pain begins to subside. The world around him blurs, and he feels a soothing warmth spreading through his body. Morphine not only offered physical relief, but also provided a brief respite from the horrors of war. As the wounded soldier drifts into a state of semi-consciousness, the deafening sounds of artillery fire and the screams of his comrades become distant echoes. He finds solace in the temporary escape morphine offers from the relentless brutality of combat. However, like any potent drug, morphine came with a downside. It posed a significant risk of addiction, and soldiers who survived the war sometimes found themselves grappling with post-war morphine addiction, adding a layer of complexity to their reintegration into civilian life. World War II unfolded across various theaters of operation, many of which were plagued by tropical diseases like malaria. To safeguard their troops from these deadly illnesses, military organizations supplied anti-malarial drugs, with quinine and atabrine being among the most widely used. Quinine, extracted from the cinchona tree's bark, boasted a history of effectively combating malaria. However, it frequently caused adverse effects like nausea and vivid dreams, adding to the challenges faced by soldiers already enduring the hardships of war. Atabrine, another anti-malarial drug, provided an alternative, albeit with its own set of drawbacks. Soldiers stationed in malaria-prone regions had to confront not only the perils of Bacal, but also the complexities of medications meant to protect their well-being. These challenges spurred the U.S. Army to innovate and devise novel strategies to combat malaria in regions where battles raged. The severity of malaria issues in certain combat zones necessitated fast action, prompting intensive research and operational initiatives. This led to significant breakthroughs, including the creation of anti-malarial drugs to replace quinine. Notable among these drugs were atabrine and chloroquine, which played pivotal roles in malaria control. The use of these new tools by the U.S. Army and others during World War II gave people hope that they could control malaria better. As the war machine demanded peak performance from its soldiers, some turned to even more powerful stimulants. Cocaine and methamphetamine became the drugs of choice for those seeking an extra edge in combat. These substances provided a surge of energy and heightened alertness, making soldiers feel invincible. One of the many users is even the notorious Adolf Hitler. During World War II, Hitler secretly relied on a mix of cocaine and opioids to maintain his confidence and stamina. Hitler initially received daily vitamin injections from Dr. Theodor Morell in 1936. However, when Germany faced difficulties in 1941 during the war against Russia, Hitler fell ill, and Morell administered an opiate called Dolantan, which led to a remarkable recovery. Hitler's dependency on drugs grew significantly from that point onwards, but he only realized his addiction to opiates late in the war when he dismissed Morell in April 1945. Hitler's trembling and shaking in his final months may have been withdrawal symptoms due to the unavailability of the drugs he had been taking. So as you know, the consequences of using these potent stimulants were severe. Users experienced heightened aggression, paranoia, and erratic behavior. The initial boost in performance often gave way to debilitating crashes, leaving soldiers physically and mentally drained. In the midst of constant danger and stress, many soldiers struggled to find restful sleep. To combat insomnia and provide troops with much-needed rest, barbiturates were administered. These sedative drugs induced sleep and offered respite from the relentless demands of war. The use of barbiturates is related to the effects of bennies and meth. Initially embraced for their stimulating properties, these drugs proved highly addictive and caused serious health issues. Soldiers experienced heart problems, paranoia, and even psychosis, impairing their judgment in high-pressure situations. No-go pills, typically barbiturates, were required to counteract these effects and allow troops to rest. During World War II, American forces consumed an astounding 250 to 500 million Benzedrine tablets, with approximately 15% becoming regular users due to the war's demands. However, the use of barbiturates raised concerns about addiction and dependency. Soldiers who relied on these drugs to sleep often found it challenging to wean themselves off them, leading to post-war struggles with withdrawal symptoms and rehabilitation. Amidst the array of wartime drugs, one medical breakthrough stood out: the discovery and mass production of penicillin. This revolutionary antibiotic proved highly effective in treating a wide range of infections, saving countless lives on the battlefield. Penicillin's introduction marked a turning point in medical care during World War II. Wounded soldiers who would have previously succumbed to infections now had a fighting chance at recovery, thanks to this life-saving drug. During World War II, these drugs played a vital role, but they came with consequences. Soldiers faced physical and psychological scars, and some battled post-war addiction. This era marked increased awareness about pharmaceuticals and warfare. As we honor the sacrifices of those who served, we acknowledge the drug's lasting impact and the need for responsible use in future conflicts. Thank you for watching and Binge History. We'll see you next time.